I've tried to film this like so many times and I can't get it together. So I'm hoping this is the last time because this is annoying. This is whack. Hey, what's up you guys? I realized I forgot to film an intro for this. So, but I'm here and I just wanted to say leave a like for this video. It took me a long time to actually say this publicly and it took a lot for me, and I just really would appreciate it if y'all just give me some love. So thank you. Enjoy the video. When I was 10, my parents divorced and my dad met this woman. He met this woman named Deb, and at first, like, I was like, oh, she's a good woman, like she's making my dad happy. My dad never glowed like this before. Like, I just thought that she was good for him. So I never really interfered with their relationship. And he ended up proposing to this woman in January. So they've been dating for like a couple months at this time, and he proposed to her. And I just thought that was kind of weird, so I kind of was like, well, Dad, like, y'all should probably take things a little slow. And I was only 10, so like, you know, and I was like, y'all should probably take things a little slow. He's like, yeah, it's fine. My parents divorced because my dad was an alcoholic. So he has a drinking problem and he did not want to get help. And okay, so when I mean she, I'm talking about Deb, like the dude that my dad is dating at the time. Okay, cool. He was kind of an alcoholic too. She wasn't as bad as he was, but like she was an alcoholic with like wine and such. And I remember one night I was at their house. I was in my room and my dad like came in there and they like shut the door. My dad like shut the door behind him and like stuff was being thrown at my door, like wine glasses, remotes, like you name it. They were arguing. She was mad, and I never really understood why. I never knew why. I still don't know why, but they were arguing. She was mad, and you know, like, what are you gonna do? So since that day, she was just kind of sketchy to me. Like, I never really looked at her as like a parent. She never really like fit a parent figure to me. And this very night he told me that he was gonna go to a golf tournament because he played golf. So he told me he was going to a golf tournament with her. He was gonna bring her with him to a golf tournament, and he was gonna break it off with her because she was crazy. She was using him, and she was gonna break it off with her. I was only 11 at this time. I was only 11. I just had my birthday, and I was kind of like his little therapist because he never wanted to get help. So I was kind of like his little therapist. And so when we got out of the car to like, he was dropping me back off with my mom, got out of the car, and he held my hand and he said, Caroline, don't you ever run away from your problems. And I kind of looked at him confused because I didn't really understand. And I was just like, okay, Dad, see you in a couple weeks. And he let my hand go. And he said, I love you. And we left. So, a week goes by. It's Friday. It's the Friday after he dropped me off. And my phone, like, he bought me a phone for Christmas. It was like the iPhone 4. He bought it for me. And like, I never really like was on it. I was always like dead. And so the day before this happened, he texted me like, I love and miss you. And like, to this day, I kind of feel guilty that I never texted back. But, I was at a party this Friday night for my mom because my mom ran this huge race that it was a really big accomplishment in her life. And she was proud. I was proud. Her friends were proud. Like, we were just having this party for her. And I like met some friends that like I used to grow up with and that I used to like hang out with in kindergarten, and I haven't seen them in a long time. And towards the end of the night, like around 8 p.m., I went to my mom and I asked her if I can stay the night at one of my friend's house that I went to kindergarten with, and I like haven't seen her in a while. And she was like, and she like kind of looked distressed. And she was like, yeah, like it's fine. And I just didn't really notice it because I was excited about staying the night at this girl's house because I haven't seen her in a while. And so I was like, oh cool, like I get to stay the night at her house, like it's fine, like we're having a great time, like it's cool. So I go get in this girl's car. It's about like 9:30 now. I get in this girl's car and I'm going home to get my bags. And I go home and there's like, mind you, nobody ever goes to our house. Ever go to our house. And there's like 6 cars in our driveway. And I was just kind of confused because like I was like, oh, well, I guess my mom's having another party, you know, like, because she just came back from a party. So I just, joking about it, I was like, she's having another party, like, cool. And I walk in there and it's like my whole entire family. My entire family. And my mom like looks at me dead in the eyes and walks away, like to the bathroom or something. And everybody like picks up their head and looks at me. And I asked like, what's going on? Like what is happening? Like I don't understand what's going on. And they tell me that something happened and that I need to sit down. And I was like, well, I don't want to sit down, like y'all just tell me what's going on right now, what's happening. And like everybody's looking at each other to tell me like what's going on. And my little sister, she was 10 at the time, she was kind of looking around confused too, like she didn't know what was going on. And my brother was just like, fine, I'll do it. And so he comes up to me and he says, Caroline, your dad died. And I asked him for him to repeat himself because I didn't really understand. I was like, what? It's like, no, I was just talking to him yesterday. Like, he's fine. You know, he's fine. And then, like, everybody just kept looking at me, and it was silent. And I was like, how? And they're like, he committed suicide. And I dropped everything that was in my hands, which is like my phone, a charger, and I think like earphones. And like I dropped them. And I was like, y'all can like stop now. Like it's the joke is over with. Like y'all can stop. And everybody just kept looking at me, waiting for like me to do something drastic. And I then realized that it was not a joke, that it was serious, and that my best friend and my father was gone. And I went to my room and I grabbed the guitar that he gave me for my 10th birthday. And I just hugged it. And that night I went to my grandparents' house. And I just had to stay there because I couldn't stay home. And I think every year since that very day is harder because I realize more and more what he could have been through with me, you know? And so just like being like without him is painful. But yeah. Thanks for watching. That was the lowest moment of my life. And I don't even know how to end this, so